Take a look around you. Right now, you're surrounded by hundreds of everyday objects. You see them so often that your brain has stopped paying attention to them. But hidden inside many of these ordinary things are clever designs, fascinating stories, and brilliant engineering that most people never notice. Today, we're revealing 20 everyday things you've probably looked at thousands of times without ever realizing why they were designed that way. Let's see how many you've already noticed. 1. The hidden arrow. In the FedEx logo. You've probably seen the FedEx logo hundreds of times, but have you ever noticed the hidden arrow? Look closely between the letters E and X. The white space forms a perfectly shaped arrow. It wasn't an accident. The designers deliberately hid it there to represent speed, accuracy, and forward movement. Once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it. It's one of the most famous examples of hidden design in the world. 2. The tiny hole. In a pen cap, almost every pen cap has a tiny hole at the top. Most people assume it's just part of the design. It isn't. If someone accidentally swallows the cap, that small hole can allow a limited amount of air to pass through, reducing the risk of complete airway blockage while medical help arrives. One tiny feature could make a huge difference in an emergency. 3. The small pocket inside your jeans. Take a look at your jeans. There's probably a tiny pocket sitting inside one of the front pockets. Most people have no idea why it's there. It wasn't designed for coins or keys. Back in the late 1800s, it was created to hold a pocket watch. Although hardly anyone carries a pocket watch today, manufacturers have kept the pocket as part of the classic jeans design for more than a century. 4. Why airplane windows have a tiny hole. Next time you're on a plane, look closely at the window. You'll notice a tiny hole near the bottom. That tiny opening helps regulate air pressure between the different layers of the window. Without it, pressure differences during flight could place much greater stress on the outer layer of glass. It's a tiny engineering detail that helps make modern air travel much safer. 5. Why shopping trolleys pull to one side. Have you ever grabbed a shopping trolley that seemed determined to go in the wrong direction? It usually isn't your imagination. Small differences in wheel wear, tiny manufacturing variations, or uneven supermarket floors can all affect how the trolley moves. Even a slight imbalance can make it drift to one side. Once you know the reason, you'll probably notice it every time you go shopping. 6. Why escalator? Steps become flat. As you step onto an escalator, you can clearly see the deep grooves in each step. But as the step reaches the top, those grooves disappear. That's because the moving step slides underneath a comb-shaped metal plate. This creates a smooth surface that makes it much easier and much safer to step on and off without your shoes getting caught. It's a brilliant piece of engineering that most people never think about. 7. Why doors have metal plates. At the bottom, many public doors have shiny metal plates fixed near the floor. Most people never give them a second thought. They're called kick plates. Instead of replacing an entire damaged door, these metal plates protect the surface from shoes, trolleys, suitcases, and cleaning equipment. A simple addition helps doors last for many more years, while reducing maintenance costs. You've probably walked past every one of these things countless times. But the next 7 are even more surprising. Some are hidden in plain sight, and others are examples of brilliant engineering that you'll never stop noticing once you know they're there. Let's continue. 8. Why keyboard keys are in such a strange order. Take a look at your keyboard. The letters seem completely random. So why aren't they simply arranged alphabetically? The answer goes all the way back to the first mechanical typewriters. Fast typists kept causing the metal arms inside the machines to collide and jam together. To reduce this problem, commonly used letters were spread further apart. Even though modern keyboards no longer have moving type bars, billions of people still use the same layout today. It's a 150-year-old solution hiding in plain sight. 9. Why manhole covers are almost always round. Walk down almost any street and you'll see them, round manhole covers. But why not square? The answer is surprisingly clever. A round cover can never fall through its own opening, no matter how it's turned. It's also easier to roll along the ground instead of carrying its full weight. One simple shape makes maintenance both safer and easier. 10. Why petrol pumps stop by themselves. You've probably heard the click. You're filling your car, then suddenly, the fuel stops flowing automatically. Inside every nozzle is a tiny sensing tube. As fuel rises inside your tank, it blocks the airflow through that tube. That pressure change instantly shuts off the valve. It's a brilliant safety feature that prevents dangerous fuel spills every single day. 11. Why lift mirrors are so big. Most people think mirrors in lifts are there simply so you can check your appearance. But that's rarely the main reason. Large mirrors make small spaces feel much bigger, helping reduce feelings of claustrophobia. They also help wheelchair users reverse safely out of the lift without having to turn around. One mirror solves several problems at once. 12. Why some bottle caps have tiny plastic rings. When you first open a drinks bottle, a small plastic ring stays attached to the neck. It seems insignificant, but it's actually one of the easiest ways to tell if the bottle has already been opened. It's called a tamper-evident seal. If the ring is already broken before you buy the drink, you immediately know something isn't right. One tiny piece of plastic provides an important layer of consumer safety. 13. Why road cats' eyes seem to glow. Driving at night. The road suddenly lights up with hundreds of tiny reflections. It almost looks like magic. Inside every cat's eye are specially angled reflectors. Instead of scattering your headlights, they bounce the light almost directly back towards you. That's why they're so bright at night, while remaining almost invisible during the day. A remarkably simple invention has helped make roads safer for decades. 14. Why shopping receipts fade away. Have you ever noticed that many receipts slowly become blank after a few months? That's because most shops don't use ordinary ink. They use thermal paper. Instead of ink, heat creates the printed text. Unfortunately, heat, sunlight, and even time itself gradually erase the image. It's why many important receipts shouldn't be stored in warm places if you need to keep them for a long time. By now you've probably realized some of the smartest designs in the world are hiding inside completely ordinary objects, but the final 6 examples are even more surprising. In fact, one of them has been sitting in your wallet or pocket for years, and there's a good chance you've never noticed it. Let's continue. 15. Why shirts have buttons. On different sides. Have you ever compared a men's shirt with a women's shirt? The buttons are usually on opposite sides. This tradition dates back hundreds of years. Many wealthy women were dressed by servants, so the buttons were placed to make fastening easier for someone standing opposite them. Men usually dressed themselves, so their buttons stayed on the opposite side. Today, the tradition continues even though very few people know why. 16. Why soda can tabs have a hole. The small hole in the pull tab isn't simply there to save metal. Originally, it made manufacturing easier and reduced weight. But it also has another clever use. Once you've opened the can, you can rotate the tab and use the hole to help hold a drinking straw in place. It's a tiny feature most people never use. 17. Why padlocks have a tiny hole. Underneath. Look underneath almost any outdoor padlock. You'll find a tiny hole. It's there to let rainwater escape. Without it, water could collect inside, freeze in winter, and damage the locking mechanism. The hole also allows oil to be added during maintenance. One tiny opening can greatly extend the life of the lock. 18. Why USB plugs always feel backwards. It seems almost impossible to plug in a USB cable correctly on the first attempt. The reason isn't bad luck. The original USB-A connector only fits one way. Because many sockets are hidden from view, people often guess the orientation incorrectly. Newer USB-C connectors were specifically designed to solve this everyday frustration by working either way up. 19. Why laptop chargers have a small cylindrical bump. Have you ever noticed the small lump near the end of many laptop charging cables? Inside is something called a ferrite bead. It reduces electrical interference that could affect nearby electronic devices. Without it, your charger could produce unwanted electromagnetic noise. It's a simple solution to a problem most people never realize exists. 20. Why car headrests tilt forward. Some people think headrests are designed for comfort. They're not. Their main purpose is safety. During a rear-end collision, the headrest helps prevent your head from snapping backwards too far, reducing the risk of serious neck injuries. Comfort is actually secondary. 21. Why windows have tiny black dots around the edge. Look carefully around the edge of many car windscreens or building windows. You'll see a border of tiny black dots. This pattern helps distribute heat more evenly during manufacturing. Without it, temperature differences could cause the glass to crack. It also helps protect the adhesive holding the glass in place. 22. Why tape measures have a loose metal hook. If you've ever used a tape measure, you may have noticed that the metal hook moves slightly. It isn't broken. That tiny amount of movement allows for the thickness of the hook itself. Whether you're measuring from the inside or outside edge, the measurement stays accurate. It's a brilliant little piece of engineering. 23. Why toilets usually flush in a circle. When you flush a toilet, the water doesn't simply fall straight down. Small holes beneath the rim direct water around the bowl in a circular motion. This creates a swirling action that cleans the bowl more effectively while using less water. It's a surprisingly efficient design. 24. Why escalator handrails move at almost exactly the same speed. Have you ever noticed that the handrail keeps pace with the moving steps? That's intentional. Inside the escalator, both are driven by the same motor through linked mechanisms. Keeping them moving together helps passengers maintain balance while traveling. Even a small speed difference would quickly feel uncomfortable. 25. Why some road signs glow, even without electricity. Many road signs appear to shine brightly at night, yet they don't contain any lights. Instead, they're covered with thousands of microscopic glass beads or tiny reflective prisms. These bounce your headlights back towards your eyes, making the signs appear illuminated. It's an ingenious design that improves road safety while using no electricity at all. It's amazing how many incredible ideas are hiding inside ordinary objects. Most of us walk past them every single day without giving them a second thought. But now, you'll probably start noticing these hidden details everywhere you go. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy discovering fascinating facts like these, don't forget to subscribe for more curiosity videos, quizzes, and amazing discoveries every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.